What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to some Planet Coaster. We are here today, not in Silverwood. Instead, I decided to take a break from Silverwood for a bit and let's go work on some other parks that I haven't been in for a little bit. One of those being Kings Falls. Last time we left Kings Falls, we were actually working on El Diablo, which we finished up, and I'm currently kind of working on a lighting package for it, which is looking really good at night. But we are going to go to the other side of the park today. So let's go ahead and head through these gates here. I need to get some ticket booths and stuff out here as well. Need to get those taken care of. And in we go into our international street here. For those who are unfamiliar with what Kings Falls is a park that is very similar to Kings Island and Kings Dominion. My home park is, as of you know, it's Kings Island. I've mentioned this many a times, but apparently I had to keep mentioning this. I had to keep actually explaining what this park is. And for those who say, well, why do you have to do it in every single channel? Because in every single video, I get a comment that apparently somebody doesn't know what's going on or didn't read the actual description or anything. So, yeah, so Kings Falls is a what-if park. This is not a Kings Island recreation. This is not a Kings Dominion recreation. This is not a Canada's Wonderland recreation. This is a what-if. This is like a parallel timeline kind of thing. What if KECO, Kings Entertainment Corporation, whatever the acronym stands for. Basically, they're the ones who owned Kings Island back in the day. What if they built another park? And they built it in southwest Kentucky, we'll say. And they modeled it exactly the same. It's the third Eiffel Tower park. So the first one was Kings Island, then its sister park is Kings Dominion, and then now we have Kings Falls. And that is, basically what the idea of this actually is. So we have International Main Street here. We have, very much like Kings Dominion, we have our swinging boat over there on that side. That's also where El Diablo is, which is our version of the Demon and Vortex kind of in its own way. It's a narrow coaster. All right, and then we're going to head over this way. Now, this is our Oktoberfest area. So I've decided to take kind of a few things that Kings Island and Kings Dominion kind of did in the beginning. They had this, Kings Island had this Oktoberfest area off to the side over here, which I thought was a really cool idea, so I wanted to expand on this a little bit. Man, if only we had Der Spinning Keggers, which was basically, it's like a teacups ride, but instead of riding in teacups, you ride in beer barrels? I can't talk today. But wait, I can't talk any day. Anytime I do these videos, I'm always messing up something, aren't I? Anywho, we don't have those in the game, which would be really cool if we did, though. I really wish we did, but we don't, so I don't have those to work with. So instead, we're going to use a Matterhorn type ride over here. And then we have the Fest House over there, which is something that Kings Island does actually have. And then I built a giant mountain. So this mountain is very reminiscent of Kings Dominion. If you know the history of Volcano, you will know that before it was ever actually Volcano, they built this this mountain, and it was called for Fantasy Mountain, I think it was called. Yeah, Fantasy Mountain, which held a boat ride in it, and then later it became Dubs, and then I think it originally was like a haunted boat ride, and then it became Dubs, which was like these weird little dwarf creatures. And then later on it became Smurfs. So it became a Smurfs dark ride. And now after that, that closed in around 1995, I think. In 1995 they closed it down and they built Volcano a few years after that. And Volcano is now gone, of course, and so is the mountain. But there's this huge giant mountain that sits over to the side, or actually to the back of Kings Dominion. And I wanted to do that kind of here, so I thought, let's build our own man-made mountain. So even though this looks like terrain and stuff, we're going to say it's not. We're going to say this is actually a man-made structure. I'm going to try to put some rocks and stuff on it and actually try to make it look a little more fake. But I've been tweaking around with it, trying to get the mountain to look right, and I'm thinking the peak is it's just about there where I wanted it. For those who have been watching my live stream, this week you may have seen me working on this. You may have actually also seen me working on the mountain and trying to get the mountain just right, and now I'm very happy with it. It's starting to come out quite well. So the first ride that we're going to do in this mountain, it's going to consist of 2 different rides inside of this mountain. The first one is what you're seeing here, which is a basic, very basic giant flume, or shoot the chutes, or whatever you want to call these things. I call them giant flumes, kind of like Congo Falls or Snake River, I think it was, at Cedar Point, or any of these giant flumes, basically. If you're familiar with Worlds of Fun, it's Monsoon, I think is what theirs is called. But many parks have these, and there's a great way to cool down in the summer. A lot of parks will have they have a little thing where you can stand over there and get splashed down. We don't have that right now at the moment here in our little park. I'm going to try to figure out I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to do that, but I'm not 100% sure how we're going to do that just yet. But anyway, I built this little kind of station over here to the side, which is modeled after a bridge that I found, actually. Imagine that. I modeled a station after a bridge, of all things. I think it came out quite well. I'm really liking the looks of it. It's a very simple station, not much to it. And that's really all we needed. Now, one thing that kind of sets this giant flume apart from some of the other giant flumes is that it has a curve into the station right here. So a lot of these are like what I call a figure 8 pattern, or they are just a basic oval. Well, they go up, they turn around, they come back down. Escape from Pompeii is one. Escape from Pompeii is actually quite themed, though, and has some special effects and stuff in it, because Busch Gardens knows how to do that. But a Kings Island, Kings Dominion, Cedar Fair, well, I say Cedar Fair, and I'm going to get you guys confused. This has nothing to do with Cedar Fair. Cedar Fair hasn't bought this park at this point, and they never will. This is, my thinking of this park is they never sold to Paramount. They never sold to Cedar Fair. So, I don't want to see any questions or anything, any remarks about how my fountains don't look like Kings Island's fountains, because it's not Kings Island. It's not. I don't need a history lesson of Kings Island. I know the history of Kings Island quite well, thank you. All I want is just, this is my own what if park. So we're going to do a Hanna-Barbera land as if it actually exists to this day. We're going to do a couple of other things, but yeah, there's not a whole lot to this ride. The one thing about this one, though, is that it does go inside of the mountain. So if you're familiar with Canada's Wonderland, they have Wonder Mountain. They also have a ride called the Guardian that actually goes inside of the mountain as well. And King's Dominion, it's originally had a haunted boat ride that went through the mountain as well. So it's the same concept. This is a very simple version of Splash Mountain at Disney, is basically what this is. It's not as highly themed as Splash Mountain or nothing like that. You can see I kind of put some like little icing things here as icicles here before you go into the cave. And then you're going to go up into the cave, and I still have yet to paint the parts of the coaster, or the parts of the... I used the water coaster to make this, by the way, but I haven't painted the stuff in here yet like I have some of the other sections. So we're going to try to do like maybe a scene with a Yeti or a polar bear or something in here. I'm kind of thinking the Yeti, because somebody modeled a really cool Yeti on the workshop, and I downloaded it, and then I had some problems kind of getting out to it. But another great thing you get is once you get to the top of the mountain and you start to get right before you hit the splash, and this was, I didn't plan this at all, this just really worked out quite well. You get a great view of the Eiffel Tower from here, and from the rest of the park and stuff you'll be able to see. So, but you get a really, really beautiful view of the Eiffel Tower right before you make the drop, which is, I believe, about a 75-foot drop. Pretty much about like any of the other ones. Now we're also going to do a second ride inside of this mountain, which is going to make this mountain worth the purchase, basically, worth the money that they put into this mountain, per se, to build it. And that's going to be a bobsled coaster. Now, I don't know the original history of why they built this mountain or anything. I just know what's going to be here to this day as we build the park. Maybe it held some older ride back in the day, and they took that out and they built these 2 rides, maybe. I don't know, but it does have a bobsled that will be winding around inside of the mountain and stuff as well, and then we have the giant flume as well. So that is pretty much what I have been working on this week, and what I got done for you guys for this. I will probably maybe work on this a little bit more, and then we're probably going to skip over to Vista View for a little bit, because I promised one of my viewers I would go back to Vista View, and we really need to kind of jump back into that. So what I'll probably do is finish up with the bobsled next, and get this area kind of figured out, and what else is happening over in here. And then we're going to go ahead and head over into Vista View before we go back into Silverwood, where we will take a look at maybe Cottonmouth, possibly. I don't know just yet what we're going to do with Silverwood, because that's got to be a few weeks away, basically. But if you guys want to watch the live building of any of these, because I know some of you guys missed the time lapses, I can't say it'll be a time lapse, but if you want to see me actually build these things live, go ahead and head over to my Twitch channel. I will be streaming Planet Coaster on Wednesdays and Fridays. For now, for right this moment, as this video is being filmed, you'll be able to catch me from around 1 or 2 p.m. Eastern until about 8 p.m. Eastern on those nights. And then, so I'll be doing that about 2 nights a week. So, and then the rest of the week, I am still streaming every night of the week, but I'm doing other stuff during the rest of the week. So if you guys like, like Vermintide 2 or GTA 5 roleplay, I've been doing that, and my character on GTA 5 roleplay is getting in some great adventures. I'm hoping to get some clips and stuff of that soon. But yeah, it's this is what we have right now for Planet Coaster, and back here in Kings Falls. So, and kind of want to go over here and show off a little bit more of this. I do kind of want to show a little bit at night here. I don't like doing night views on my videos because I feel like you guys can't really see it, but we're going to do this anyway. So let's head into a night view. There we go. It's not completely lit up just yet, but I've done some really cool lighting effects here with, I put some lights inside of these pillars right here. So the fence pillars, I did that to kind of give it a little bit of lighting on the outside over here over top of the water. I also made some lights over there in the brush on each side, and there's one in the middle to kind of light up the drop. I have also lit up the station a little bit too. There is a gap here in the station in the wall. That's because I moved the wall over from one side to the other, and where I have the gap over there from the entrance and exit for the ride, I also have one over here. But this actually might work because, I don't know, maybe I might end up doing something over there. But we also have, not just that, but I've also done some lighting in the cave as well, as you can see. So, give it a nice, really cool ice kind of effect as you go up and through there, which I think is pretty neat. So, that is going to do it, I think, here from Vista View. Or, wait, no, Kings Falls. I've got Vista View on mind because I'm trying to come up with what I'm going to do for that park next. But this is, a name for the ride. I'm thinking Alpen Falls. Alpen Falls is, I think, what I'm going to call this, because it's themed. This is in a German, Swiss, Bavarian type area over here, Oktoberfest area. So I think with like a mountain like that, I think Alpen Falls is a good name for this particular thing. Once we get the bobsled coaster in, we're also going to be doing some waterfalls and some other things around the mountain as well. So the mountain will be a big feature here. It's going to be a giant weenie in the park. It's nowhere near as tall as the Eiffel Tower, which looks fantastic at night, by the way. Look at that. Doesn't that look great at night? But it will have its own kind of thing over there. You can actually see it from outside of the park, and you can see it from Main Street over here as well. Let's head over here to Main Street real quick. I'm just going to shift and get over here. Doesn't that fountain look really good at night too? Doesn't it? Alright, but there we go. So you can see the mountain from over here as well. And I think it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but I mean, the park is still growing, so you have to, You have to kind of use your imagination a little bit, but I think once the entire park is done and everything is kind of put together and looking really good, I think it's going to look fantastic over there. So that's going to do it from here in Kings Falls today and Planet Coaster for the weekend. I will be back with another video next weekend, and again here at Kings Falls, and then again back at Vista View where we'll be showing off what we build that week. And then right around the third week, we'll be back in Silverwood again. So let me just go back over into, hide your eyes, because I hate when it goes back to daylight. But yes, there we go. All right, guys. So from here in Kings Falls and from here on the channel and me, Shadow Phoenix, thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. I hope you guys will come back again and check out some of my other videos I do during the week. Surviving Mars, Total War. We are also going to be maybe playing some Tropico this week. And City Skylines for the weekend. We'll be back with that one as well, most likely on tomorrow. So thank you so much for joining me for today's little look into some Planet Coaster stuff. I will see you in the next video, wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Thanks for watching. What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. If you haven't already, make sure you click that subscribe button down below and click on the bell to stay on top of all my new videos and live streaming events here on YouTube. I also want to give a huge shout out to all the names you see on the right for their support through donations, Patreon, and through Twitch subs. If you would like to join their ranks and you are able, you can do so by clicking on any of those links in the video description down below. No worries though, if you don't like giving away money like that, you can still support the channel by purchasing games or anything through Greenman Gaming, through Humble Bundle, or through Amazon by clicking on my links and making your purchase. A little bit of that goes towards me to support the channel. If you still can't get enough of me, you can always check me out live on twitch.tv and stay up to date with me on Twitter as well. Now that's going to be it, but I can't say thank you enough for all your support here on the channel. Wherever you guys are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. See you later.